Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone for your shares. This is a good moment to move into just some somatic release through sound. Yeah, the throat chakra is super complex in that it really is something that we have to work, heal, refine as we step into our leadership. There's so many levels to it. Um, there's journaling, that's one form of expression, writing, filming, singing, speaking publicly, and all of these. Wow, it's not easy. Even as a seasoned speaker, it's still a thing. And the light side of working through with the throat chakra is, right, the openness, the feeling able to authentically express. But then the shadow or the negative side, I guess, negative not as in good or bad, but negative as in instead of output, it's input, is how we're taking in information, how we're listening, what the voices in our head are saying. And this lens of judgment that is, yeah, something that I know personally I had to and still am working through, of releasing judgment. Because what we judge is really, in fact, something that, whether when we're judging someone outside, is something that we're judging within ourselves. Every time we judge something, it's an invitation to look within about what is it about this expression that we're judging, and wherever we're judging, we carry to some degree. And there's room for us to bring in more love and compassion to that part of us, ourselves, that we judge. And so you can imagine, like, being with family, being with my mom last week, I found myself sometimes judging her, and I was judging her, and then I'm like coming online, getting on film, recording myself and seeing that I am so much like her. And I started noticing how what I would judge in me are the things that I judge in my mom. And she's like an exaggerated version of the things, but I can see how there's a part of me like controlling my expression, not wanting to look a certain way, sound a certain way. And that translates ultimately through even the camera, and people can feel that a bit. So this process of unraveling, of allowing for our true, raw, authentic self is an ongoing process as we lean greater and greater into our edge, as we lean greater into different forms of expressing ourselves, different forms of ourself even. And so we're going to do this throat chakra exercise to warm up our throat, to create, yeah, to bring more energy into our throat chakra, and also increase our awareness of our subtle body. And so you can begin just by first taking a deep breath in and exhaling, stretching out the mouth, the jaw. And just allow yourself to make these kind of like yawny sounds or animal sounds. Allow yourself to be in your primal body. And stretch the jaw, stretch the tongue. If you want to use your hands to also massage your face, the ridges, relaxing the tension that you may be holding in your face. Still early in the morning, so you may not be holding that much, but especially throughout the day, as we get into the real world or into the marketplace, we start to unconsciously tighten. So we're just going to let that go. Ah. And these yawning sounds or like cat sounds are really good to warm up the throat, the vocal cords. Ah, roar. Humming as well. Rawr. Encircle the neck, creating space in our throat. Oh, and these are actually really good too for wrinkles or for keeping the face tightened. So it's all connected. The art of influence, speaking, leadership, they're all connected. Rah. And we sound out to feel, not to sound pretty. Our souls, our bodies know how to heal themselves, and sound is one of the ways that we can work with vibration, with frequency to heal and move stuck energy. When we tone, we become like the singing bowl that vibrates and actually moves the atoms in our body. My niece is behind me. She's mimicking me. Uh, and so we're going to do some toning with some sounds. And I invite you to now close the eyes and bring your hands to your root chakra, the base of the spine, visualizing the color red, the element of earth. You're going to make the sound and I want you to feel the sound in your root vibrate as if the sound is coming from your root chakra. So we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, begin inhaling. Beautiful. We'll do this 2 more times, releasing any tension or tightness you may be having in the yoni or the anus, letting it go. Feeling your roots anchoring into the earth. Inhaling. One more time. Beautiful. We're going to move into the sacral chakra now, the womb space, sacral area. Visualizing the color orange, we're going to connect to the element of water and make the sound ooh. Same thing, visualizing the sound emanating from your sacral chakra, feeling it vibrating in that sacral area, and that keeping that connection to that color, that element, water, orange. Inhaling to begin. Ooh. 2 more times. Ooh. Once more. Ooh. And swallow at the end, receiving that medicine, that intention. Coming up to the solar plexus, around the navel, just above, between the navel and the diaphragm. Visualizing the color yellow and connecting to the element of fire, the sun, your inner sun. You'll make the sound O. And so it's going to be a little higher as you move up your own scale. And yeah, we'll begin on the exhale, inhaling and exhaling to O. Once more, swallowing at the end. Oh. Beautiful. You notice each chakra sounds different, feels different in your body. Just to be in that neutral observation as you witness which chakras are maybe more potent or less potent. Now coming up to the heart, visualize the color green and the element of air, green like the trees, like Mother Nature, the heart, anahata. And then on the exhale, we're going to make the sound ah, heart open ah. And I'm doing it one tone, but you can feel free to experiment with your own range. As we get higher and higher, you will notice the sound isn't as guttural. It is going to open, and it's early, so have a lot of grace and compassion for yourself as your voice is still warming up. Heart chakra. Inhaling and then exhale to ah. Ah. Two more times. Um, Once more. Um, Following at the end. Okay, so these sounds are based, I'm blanking out on his name right now, but there is a sound healer, and I will find his name as I'm blanking out, that has coined these specific sounds. That there is this eighth chakra called the high heart, and this is like what they say is an emerging chakra that's reawakening in these times of enlightenment. And it's just above the Anahata chakra on the thymus. And so it doesn't have like a sound on the traditional scale or the model of the chakras. So in this one, I like to do it as an opportunity to just make any sound, light language, whatever tone wants to come out from your soul. This high heart connects us to these colors of like the pink and turquoise, kind of a vibration of unconditional love, compassion, Christ consciousness. Like you can think of like a pink quartz crystal, or that like mermaidy turquoise color. And that's otherworldly. And so for this one, we're going to inhale, and on the exhale for 3 rounds, you're going to make whatever sound comes out, light language, whatever, like just let it rip your authentic creative channel. All right. And we'll do this for 3 rounds. Sayana kayari ayana asanaya ashana ashani ashani ayana. Once more. Ayana uta ha ha Once more. Last one. Let's make it a good one. Beautiful. Without judgment, without attachment, we're going to move into the throat chakra now, visualizing the color sky blue. The element is ether. So I also think of like sound, vibration. So we're going to make the sound I, like I am, on the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling to begin for 3 rounds. I. Ah, ah. Beautiful. Going up to the third eye, we're going to visualize the color indigo. We're going to connect to consciousness. So it's not necessarily an element consciousness, collective consciousness, super consciousness, our own consciousness, and then also our subconscious and unconsciousness, bringing them into harmony and balance, union, alignment. We're going to, on the exhale, visualize, or on the exhale, make the sound A, like capital A. Inhaling and then exhaling to A all together for 3 rounds. A. A. Last one. A. Beautiful. And now moving up to the crown chakra, visualizing your crown of gold, white, or magenta spinning, connecting your crown to the heart of the universe, all that is, creator, the creation. And we're going to make the sound E. And so again, like visualizing as if the sound is coming from that area. Now that we're at the top, we know the highest note, you can also really work with getting into your nasal passage up here, nasal cavity. And so if it sounds like really like witchy, like that's okay. That's what we want, because we are tuning into those alien outer world energies now as well. Whatever resonates with you, cat, alien, E. We're going to go really high pitched E, and we're going to shoot that sound out the crown. So on the exhale, we'll begin inhaling. Once more. So allowing at the end, taking a moment to just breathe naturally and allow for these energies to integrate. And in the chat box, you can share the chakras that you felt maybe were a little bit more sticky and or the ones that you felt were more open. This is a great way to attune your own energy, attune others when you're doing the type of work that Amy was sharing earlier with sound. If you do this with another partner or person, you can also notice and feel which chakras are out of balance or need more energy in your sessions 1-to-1 as well. And the more empathic you are, the more energetically open you are to feel others. I'm personally clairsentient. I can feel in my own body which chakras and others are not as open or closed. And all of you, I feel, are pretty damn good because I felt all of the chakras in my body as I was doing this practice with all of you quite open. So it does feel that together as like one organism, we have all of them working and in tune. So this is a great sign. So if you ever feel called to share in the chat what your experience was, you can do that. I'm gonna share the screen. Alrighty, we'll continue moving forward.